Food Saver has been around since 1984, so they've been around for 26 years. They've got their machines down pat, and that's the type of company that I like to look for. Now, you get to decide on how big of a bag you want to do. Okay? Now, I have the Food Saver model FM 5200. It's a 2-in-1 automatic vacuum sealer machine with the express bags. It also has the attachment for the jars. Now, you ask me, how do I store my rice? What's the best way to store rice? I bought a 25-pound bag. Do I just take and put it in a bucket in a 5-gallon Marlar bag and put oxygen absorbers in there? I'm going to tell you why I don't do that. 2 cups, 4 cups. You can make the bag as big as you want to make it, and you can put as much rice in there as need be. Now, let's break something down for you. So if you take white rice, and you take a 20-pound bag of white rice, you get 202 servings out of that 20-pound bag. That's a 1/4 cup of dry per person, okay? And that breaks down to a little over 4 cents per serving. It's like 4.2 cents per serving, okay? And that makes it one of the most cheapest staples that you could put up for an emergency situation or your long-term food storage. You went to the store, you got yourself a 25-pound bag of rice. Now, what the heck do I do with it? Get you a vacuum sealer. No, you take your vacuum sealer. No, with my family, you can decide exactly how big of a bag you want to make. You know, got a large family, make it a large bag. Got a small family, make it a small bag. So 1 cup of rice is 4 servings at a 1/4 cup. This should feed 4 people. All right, there's 4 servings in there. It doesn't need to be a food grade bucket, and you need a lid puller. $1.99. Because the screw-on lids, they're going to nail you for like between $7 and $10 for the screw-on lid, not just counting the bucket. So it's a waste to say things got really bad and the neighborhood went to hell real quick. If push come to shove, and if you did get into a barter situation, you want to go and you might even want to barter for some butter or something, or flour, and you can give like 1 cup of rice. Or you have smaller packs or larger packs instead of trying to barter your whole 25 pounds of rice or flour, sugar, and you just open it up, you reach in, grab one out, and go. Now, there's a lot of hikers out there. Now, there's a lot of hikers that like to ultra light hike, but 1 cup of rice is 7.6 ounces. So okay, now I want to show you a quick trick on what I do, and I use clean wrap. So you take your counter, make sure it's nice and clean. I'm going to process my chicken and get it ready to vacuum pack. Put that down there. So now you have a nice surface here that helps protect your surface below. Like I said, I just use regular old clean wrap. So as you can see now, I got my chicken breast all ready to go. I got 16 breasts in here. I pulled 3 out for dinner tonight. And now we're gonna start measuring our bags and get them ready for vacuum sealing. Here, as you can see, we have finished vacuum packing all 17 packs. All right. In today's video, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to go get these items so that you can do this trick with your vacuum sealer. You need lunch bags. You need a 2-cup measuring cup. You need a plastic bucket with a lid. You need a vacuum sealer. You need vacuum sealed bags and a Sharpie. And the products that you can't vacuum seal without doing this method. Stick around, folks. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, folks. So when you get your bag out, take and open up your bag. Now, I'm going to do the whole thing of salt. It's 1 pound of salt. As you can see here, it's just 1 pound of iodized salt. I'm going to pour it right in my bag. Now you could break this up if you would like. You could do half a pound and a half a pound. All right, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the top here, folks. I'm going to fold this top over right here. All right. You don't want to fold it way down here. You want to have room for the product to spread out a little bit. And you'll see why in just a second. Now you can write with your Sharpie, you can write on here, or you can write on here. Once you got that on there, your vacuum sealed bags, all right, you're going to have this smooth side that I just wrote on, and you're going to have this rough side. The rough side goes down when you put it inside of your container. So if you always remember to write on the nice smooth side, just remember it needs to face you when you put it into your vacuum sealer. Now you take your salt. And place our salt in here, just like so. And now what I want to do is try to hold this right here and let the salt spread out just a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, we're going to come up, insert it into your vacuum sealer. Make sure it's on the dry setting, because mine has a dry and a moist. Make sure it's on dry setting. And once you get it to where it needs to be, hit the button. Your little light here shows it's sealing. You'll hear it release here in a second. There it goes. And now we have a perfectly good seal. We're going to do the sugar. Now, the sugar, I think I'm going to do maybe 3 cups in each bag. This is a And voila, folks, we've done salt, we've done sugar, we have done flour, as soon as it releases. Second. Now, one thing I want to point out when I'm writing on my bags, you want to make sure that you get a Sharpie. Because this way here, it doesn't come off in the freezer. If it gets wet, it doesn't come off. Or anything like that. So one of these is very critical what you're doing when you're freezing your meats and stuff and put them in the refrigerator or the freezer. So you can see where it says dry and moist. So when you're doing anything moist, chicken, meat, anything like that, always hit that first. Okay? And then this is for your accessories and your marinades over here on this side here, which it comes with. Oh, now one thing you want to remember. First thing is, turn the power off. No power, all right? Second thing, unplug from the wall. Now, if you flip this up, you see this right here? You wanna take this out, and you see all that little, I don't know if you guys can see down in there. You can see a little moisture, okay? You wanna take that out, take it over, put it in your sink, and wash that with soap and water. Especially when you're doing chicken. Sometimes if you do anything wet, you'll notice that the water gets down in here, which this is all dry, so everything works just fine. And that is how you use your vacuum sealer. And make sure you clean it afterwards. I've been using Food Saver for all my different dry goods, my meats and everything else, and never had a problem, and the thing works great all the time.